What do you guys do?
So we're all vegan. We're advocating for veganism.
Oh, like my son became vegetarian.
The difference between vegetarian and vegan is that vegetarians just don't consume animal flesh. Vegans don't consume animal products and they don't use animal products.
Like no eggs,
nothing.
No milk.
Because something that people don't understand is that the egg industry is the meat industry. The dairy industry is the meat industry. So it's important to understand that as a vegetarian, when you buy those products, you're still paying for those individuals to be put in that situation. You're still paying for them to suffer.
Yes. So if you don't buy them, you're avoiding them.
Right. Because like that brings me back to my earlier question. Is it possible to disagree with what they're going through while paying for it to happen? Yeah.
So less people use it,
then the demand goes down. Yeah. So obviously we can't control what happens to those industries. It's just about you, whether you as an individual want to contribute to this.
You want to protect them.
Yeah, whether or not you as an individual want to fund this, want to pay for this to happen.
Okay.
So when you go vegan, you are no longer responsible for the suffering.
Yes.
What do you think is stopping you from making that change?
I don't know. I have to change little by little. It's like when they tell you have to do a diet.
So do you think that being against animal abuse is a diet? It's something you can try out?
No, maybe you start little by little, so you don't kill the animals. You know what I mean? Like now that I see it, I feel bad. Like now I don't want to eat. Now I don't want to eat anymore because if I eat that stuff, it makes me feel like makes me look at this stuff and it's like no, I don't want it. I don't want them suffering.
Of course. Would you take that position of going little by little, of stopping little by little? Would you take that position with any other injustice?
Of course.
So if somebody was abusing their child, would you say, just try to stop little by little, or would you say, stop, cut it out, it's wrong?
Stop, cut it out.
So would you say that when it comes to animal abuse?
Of course.
So do you think that that's morally consistent then, to go vegan little by little, or to just stop contributing to this?
Stop.
Yeah. Because the goal with any injustice, whenever there's a victim, the goal is to eradicate the behavior.
Stop right away, yes.
Yeah. And something that's important to understand is that until you as an individual are ready to make that change and go vegan, this is happening because of you and your choices. And it's important to think about what role you as an individual want to play and what these victims have to suffer through. And obviously, would you say that this is an injustice?
Yes, of course, it's an injustice.
So if you look at history, obviously no injustice lasts forever, right? This is not going to last forever. Good will overtake.
Like now with what we're going through, you know, what the police is doing with, you know, like exactly. So
yeah,
it takes a while, but
it takes justice, unfortunately, like
we have to do like a teamwork and get together.
It takes time. So when this finally does end, it's important to ask yourself what side of history you want to stand on with this injustice. Do you want to stand on the side of history that created demand for this and continue to pay for it and took those baby steps? Or do you want to be on the side of history that said, no, this is wrong, I'm not paying for this?
That one.
Yeah, that one. So think about whether or not you as an individual want to be responsible for these animals.
Thank you for explaining to me, honey.
No problem.
I always walk, but I didn't pay attention to it. But now, it's really sad.
Yeah.
It makes me like I want to cry.
Yeah, that's a very understandable response. It's important to also understand that every animal product you can think of comes from someone who was suffering. Yeah. So.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you for explaining to me. And I'm going to try to stop and change that. You know?
Yeah, that try mentality. Would you take that position with any other injustice? Would you try to stop hurting them, or would you just stop?
Just stop.
Just stop. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that and think about whether or not you want to be responsible for what's happening here.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
God bless you so much. Okay?
Take care.